and welcome to another episode of Obsidian Extra Lives. I'm player support specialist Chris Stanick, and I'm joined today by Narrative Design Intern Patrick. I'm gonna mess it up, and we talked about it before. You got Villegas.
There you go. You got it. You got it.
Did it.
You're 100% on the money right there.
I did it.
And yeah, no, thank you, Chris, for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming by. We are going to play some Inscryption, talk about what you do here, your internship, all the things you got to do, all the coffees you got, things like that, and just hang out, play some game, and raise some money for Extra Life through the Children's Hospital of Orange County. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh yeah, sure. I am the Narrative Design Intern at Obsidian, currently working on The Outer Worlds 2. I have been here for around, it's only a summer internship, so I've been here for around 2 or 3 months or so. And before this, I was working on indie games and working on side projects with friends and, just writing in my free time. When I first heard about the fact that I was getting this internship, I told literally everyone I could.
Did you really?
Yeah, of course. Like, Obsidian, I was born and raised on New Vegas.
Okay.
I remember getting my dad giving me a copy of Fallout New Vegas on PS3 for Christmas of, I think, 2011, along with, I think, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, 2, or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I fell in love with New Vegas despite all, the bugs and everything like that. I loved every second of it, and I bought,
No, go ahead.
I bought the strategy guide from Barnes & Noble and stuff like that. And I actually got Sawyer and Scott to sign
very cool.
copy. Yeah, and it was great. It's amazing. Well, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, how old were you when you played it?
I was definitely not.
That's what I'm wondering. I was like, I'm starting
it's M for mature, right?
Yeah,
I was
it definitely is.
12.
Okay, that's not too bad. I mean, it could be worse.
Yeah.
It could be worse. I was like, hey, Dad, I got this game. Dad, I'm 10.
Oh, no, you can blame my dad for that.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He's the one who bought it for me. Yeah. But that game was blew my mind, and that's part of the reason why I came here, why I wanted to become a narrative designer, just because it was so amazing.
You had a love for the studio after you had played New Vegas. Mm-hmm. What kind of got you into writing in the beginning? Like, what story or something was like, bam, like stories are awesome. I want to create these worlds. I want to do these things.
Ooh, well. It was specifically, when I was in college, I didn't really know what I wanted to be. Mm-hmm. I went to the University of Utah.
U of U.
Yeah.
I saw that in your profile.
Salt Lake City.
I research.
Yeah, Utah. It was a great place. I very much enjoyed my time there. But yeah, no, I went to the University of Utah, and I had a professor. His name was Dr. Alf Siegert, and I took his video games of storytelling class, played a few games, and was taught the importance of video games, of narrative in video games. Mm-hmm. And after talking to him and really learning all that just really made me want to become a narrative designer. So
okay,
I
so
really
it wasn't something early on that you were just like writing and doing this stuff and short stories and things like that. You had gone to school wanting to work in video games and then kind of fell in love with it there.
Yeah, I originally wanted to do computer science.
Okay.
Because I thought I knew computer science I thought I would be like a hotshot, like whiz kid. I thought math was really up my alley. Little did I realize that I cannot code to help myself.
Okay.
It was awful, and I didn't do that well in that program. So my second year, I decided to switch tracks. So after a bit of talking with my counselor, I decided to go into narrative design. Mm-hmm. And although the U of U doesn't actually carry a narrative design course, I chose to minor in creative writing and just went for a general course in games.
Okay.
Yeah, with no... What was that?
That is Smile donating, welcome to the family, Patrick, I choose you. Stink bug initiation?
Sure.
All right.
Cheers.
Thought I could trick the intern. No, I'm joking. Cheers. That one's a little more pungent than the small stink bugs.
It's like I'm eating a leaf.
It has, I don't like that aftertaste.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like no. It's like you're eating fish.
It's like a nutty, aromatic, but gross taste there at the end.
Sorry, we were also talking about narrative.
Yeah, and how it was, you were learning it, but in a more linear-based thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, I didn't learn that I really wanted to become like a narrative designer until college, just because, I'd written in my past. I'd written in like history in like English classes, that sort of thing, but I never took it super seriously until I, had that class, and that really just changed my perspective on the possibilities of writing, and it, it helped me a lot. And without Siegert, and like I should also mention Jose Zagal, I believe is his name. Sorry, Jose. I should have mentioned you earlier. He was another really huge inspiration because I took an ethics in video games course with him, and he introduced me to games like, what am I thinking about? I'm thinking about Disco Elysium, of course. I'm actually cosplaying Kim right now. I'm thinking Red Strings Club, a lot of like really, really strong indie titles that had really strong narrative focus and like real moral implications based off of what the player was doing and how they were interacting with the characters in the game. And that also made me really want to become a writer. So
Okay.
it was just those. It just so happened that doing all of that made me really love the craft.
What were some of your expectations coming into this internship? Like, what were you expecting to learn or skills to develop or, kind of anything, just coming into it blind, really?
For me, I was expecting to, work on the next real big, like, Western RPG, and I mean, that's what I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was like your main...
I thought I would be working on stuff like, world building, descriptions for side items. Because internship isn't, you're not like being hired as as like a full-on associate narrative designer. You're being hired just to double check things, make sure that provide feedback when you can, and provide small bits of flavor where you in places that aren't extremely essential to the game.
Okay.
So that you're not, or I shouldn't say essential because all parts of the game are essential, but I should say like you're not writing like a companion or anything like that.
Okay.
You're not writing the next boon or the next Parvati or anything. Instead, you're like doing like flavor text for like small menial items on the side, like little drunk items, that sort of thing. And that's what I expected, and that's what I got. So.
Well, I mean, and if you do those, and if you make those sound interesting, right? That's like stepping up.
Yeah.
So then, like, you make these things sound interesting. You make like item descriptions, or you could do, not good. You could do barks, things like that.
Yeah.
Locations, what is it? Tablets or documents, right? Things like that.
Logs,
that stuff like that. That's all world building and very important to like the telling the story in just a different way.
And I mean, that's 100% fine. Like I still very much. This is also an awful hand, by the way.
Environmental storytelling as well.
Environmental storytelling is also very important, and just getting your hands on the game is like just being able to know what it feels like to work in a AAA environment, getting your first foot in the door. It's amazing. Like, to be honest, I've been out of college. I graduated from college a year ago.
Wow.
Yeah, and I spent a year, reconciling, working on myself, that sort of thing. And after that year, I got lucky enough that, I was offered a place here. And after that happened, I got super excited, just out of my mind, blown, like with the fact that I got the opportunity. Because who doesn't want to work for Obsidian?
I remember when I got my call.
Oh yeah, right. I was like,
I was stoked.
The rush. Like I remember when I first did my interview with Jason.
Nice job.
Nice, thank you. When I first did my interview with Jason, I was so nervous for like 2 weeks. Every day from like 9 to 5, I would hourly like check my phone and like see if I got an updated email or anything.
Scrolling it. There's like this streaky thumbprint from where you've been refreshing constantly.
It was.
Were there any unexpected challenges on things that you're working on, or people you've worked with, or how a game is developed, or things like that at this scale?
Oh, at the AAA scale? Oh yeah. I mean, every day is sort of the new like. I guess the first challenge that I had to get over was the communication aspect, because you have to get used to like being able to contact literally anyone at any time. Like it's okay to contact like your director and stuff sometimes if you need direction, that sort of thing, and like you got to get over that like initial.
It's a little bit of hesitancy, anxiety, a little bit of fear. Not fear like I'm scared. Like you don't want to be bugging somebody because you think they're probably doing something more important.
Yeah.
But so and I get why you say that, but I think, and I don't know if you've heard this story because you've only been here since June-ish, July.
I've only been here
July.
since June.
Yeah. So Chinner in the chat was told by Fergus, our CEO, that's like, hey, if you want to stop by my office and hang out or whatever, go for it, right? Mm-hmm. So one day, he walks into Fergus's office and lays on the couch. And Fergus is like, hey, what's up, Sam? He's like, nothing, just laying on your couch. He's like, okay, cool. Let me know if you need something. That's a real story. So like,
Fergus is so cool.
So I think, I really feel like, first of all, I feel like, Sam, you should tell that story to everybody that works here after they get hired, just so they can get an idea. But I think it just illustrates the point that pretty much everyone has an open door. If you need something, just ask them and they'll be like, sure, I got you, no problem.
Yeah, and that's one of the best parts about being able to work in person. Because if you really do just want to chat with someone for like 15 minutes about the way an NPC needs to be written,
Mm-hmm.
or like you have a concept or an idea that they can, further flesh out later on, you just go up to their desk and you're just like, hey, this is an idea I have. You want to talk about it?
Mm-hmm.
And it really does change the context. Because this is also the first time I've ever worked on a team with multiple narrative designers.
Okay.
Yeah, because Obsidian, of course, is well known for its plot, for its story. So I'm working with like 5+ people on our game right now, and like just being able to talk to multiple people and get feedback like multiple times in multiple iterations of my writing helps a lot, because I genuinely feel like it makes my writing better and it suits the tone of the game that I'm working on.
So writing in different voices and tones, you think was also challenging?
Oh yeah, it still is super hard for me to write for Outer Worlds, to be honest, just because it's, that's a big boy. Just because it's a lot of trying to understand what's going, like how to best communicate, like what I'm thinking about. And like comedy especially is like, it's very subjective in terms of like what you want to say and what translates well, like for specifically our game, because Outer Worlds 2 and like the Outer Worlds universe has a very dry sense of humor. It takes itself very seriously, and that's not the type of humor I'm used to.
I mean, it does in a way, but it's also very irreverent in the jabs it takes at like the like corporate structures and things like that, right? So, and I think comedy is one of those things that it's either heavy-handed and people are like, oh god, that's low-lying fruit and this is just terrible, or it's like sharp and smart, right? Mm-hmm. So we talked about your expectations and challenges. Were there any successes or wins that you had, like when you submitted something and it was just like dead on and there wasn't any notes, you're like, yeah, I got this. Like you started kind of building up your confidence a little bit?
Oh yeah, Haley.
11 misplays. I love how it does that.
Awful. Oh, that's awful. Haley and Connor have been absolutely like godsends this entire internship. Like they are I consider them my main mentors when it comes to like figuring out how to write, what to do, that sort of thing. And yeah, without them, I feel like I definitely would not have gotten to where I'm at right now. And whenever I sent something to them.
Also, you don't have to do challenge points.
You don't have to?
No.
Okay.
That's just to unlock more stuff.
Do you want me to try and unlock stuff for you?
I'm fine. I'm a big boy.
Okay, sure. Then I'll just do normal. I'll just do normal. But yeah, just talking to them and like figuring out how things were supposed to go, that helped a lot. But then when I submitted, specific writings or anything like that, and they liked my work, like just on that initial pass, that was, I felt very ecstatic. Like, just being able to say, hey, I like hearing them say, I like this, keep it as it is. Like, just on that first go, I was like, okay. And then like having that happen multiple times, like as I was progressively getting better at my writing, it helped a lot. Like, and just knowing that my work is going to be shown at least somewhere in this AAA project, like it all makes me a little like giddy and excited,
Yeah, no, I totally feel you. And especially when you're working in a creative field and you put yourself out there, right? Mm-hmm. Even if you're writing like small bits and pieces of something, you're still putting yourself out there, right? To being for critique and things like that. And sometimes it doesn't always go right, and you kind of get used to that feeling. You're like, oh, something's gonna be wrong, or I missed something here. But then when you do get it, like Yop said, it's like a great feeling of vindication. You're just like, yes, I'm here doing the right thing. Validation is the word.
Yes.
Like, I'm here doing the right thing. This is all clicking, and it's taking off, which is great.
It's just, like, there's no feeling like, it's just, I'm just it made me very ecstatic knowing that I was doing a good job. Like that, and yeah, it's definitely a highlight.
So, like, besides the actual work that you're doing here, which you've kind of talked about, what has been the experience of being an intern here like for you?
Oh, you guys are amazing. Like, absolutely amazing. Obsidian.
And by you guys, you mean Obsidian and Alec.
Oh, no, everyone here.
Oh, I mean, okay.
You treat us like we're like we're a part of the team. Which, I mean,
well, you are a part of the team. I mean, that's literally the thing. Like, you shouldn't go as an intern anywhere and be like, you feel below everybody, or like, the whole point of it is to build skills and build you up to continue that, right? And if you were to come in and be treated like that, you'd be like, I don't want to be here.
Okay, well, what I mean by that is, like, you always hear the story of the unpaid intern who's going out grabbing coffee, who's going out and, like, not really participating, just sitting there, silently watching what's going on.
Yep.
That's not what happens at Obsidian. Like, especially through the Obsidian University program, like, headed by Alec, like, it is a dream to be here. Like, I get to meet so many awesome people. I get to talk and I get to participate and actually, like, throw in my 2 cents when I feel the need to. Like, that has been, like, wonderful.
Yeah.
Like, I have no complaints. Yeah, like, it's just been fun. I got to sit in on, like, so many different parts of the process. Like,
be quiet, Jim. Sorry, keep going.
Oh, no, you're fine. Like, meetings. Yes, I am a paid actor. I am 100% a paid actor. Dude, I get paid for this.
I found this guy walking around the Spectrum. He just happened to be dressed like Kim from Disco Elysium, which is, like, the best. Was it the best story of that year?
I would say it's the best story.
I think it won best story for sure.
It definitely won best narrative the year that it came out.
Yeah.
I know that the authors thanked some writers and philosophers about that whole thing. That was very cool. I really wish this internship could have lasted longer so that I could participate more. Take the Raven and then just,
you would
chill.
win, I think, right?
Yeah, because that's lethal.
Yeah. Boop, 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 boop. That is so satisfying too, though.
Well, that's also one of the greatest parts about game design. Like, the fact that you're noticing, like, the little things, and, like, all those little things add up to a really good gameplay experience. Like, you don't need to have the sound effect of you getting those teeth.
Yep.
But, like, adding it just makes it feel like gratifying.
Well, it's like it's operant conditioning, right? It's Pavlov and the dog with meat powder.
Well, I mean, yeah.
It is. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just like, you like it, you expect it. You're not salivating to the point where the dog is every time you heard the bell, but your brain is firing off dopamine when you hear that boop, 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 boop.
There's a reaction.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Anytime a game elicits a physical response from me, I'm like, it's a good game.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Patrick, thanks for the time. Hope you had a good time, and for sharing some insight on what you do and the things that you learned interning here. And maybe you'll stick around afterwards. I don't know how that whole process is. Maybe we'll see you around.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, no, just thank you for hosting me. Thank you guys for watching. If you want more, I guess you can follow me on Twitter at InfernoGuy13. I also stream sometimes, but that's about it. Yeah.
Awesome. And thanks again for everybody who donated, helping raising money for the Children's Hospital of Orange County. Have a great day and a great rest of your week, and we'll see you all later. Bye-bye.
See you guys.